Hello, beauties. Welcome to Moms Unboxed, a podcast where I unbox with you the how-tos, tips, and tricks to empower women to upgrade relationships, intimacy, and parenting. I'm your host, Melanie Caroline, a multi-dimensional woman, life coach, lover, and mom who's made a lot of fucking mistakes. If you want to live a sensual and liberated life, you've come to the right space. Don't forget to follow Moms Unboxed because you don't want to miss an episode. Hello. Welcome to another week of Moms Unboxed. How y'all mamas doing this week? I hope it's been a good week. And if it hasn't been a good week, hey baby, you got the rest of the week to turn it around. It can be so beautiful. Sometimes it just is a matter of healing and perspective and release. So I hope whatever you're going through, that you're able to move through it and come out the other side, because you know you will. Today is a heavy topic. I will have to say I have a lot of experience in this topic. Not necessarily like school experience, because divorce you do not learn in school. Okay? We do not learn about this shit in school. We don't know how to heal. We're not taught about emotional intelligence in school. We're not taught about how to handle heartbreak. We sure do go through it though. So this week I'm talking about healing after divorce. And these 10 tips that I'm going to give you ladies can be used after a breakup. It does not have to be the D word, okay? Breakups are just as heartbreaking. It does not matter. Whew, it's all heavy, y'all. So my husband and I have been separated for a year. June, July, August, September. Okay. So we're going a little bit over a year of being separated. We are legally still married, but we do not live together. You know, there's some sticky things going on because this divorce is just taking too damn long. I do not want to go through 2025 still worrying about the house and still married and all the things. So, part of healing from a divorce is creating space for yourself. And that's really hard to do when you have kids with your ex, okay? It's like you have to talk to each other every single day about kids. I don't know. I would say that if you do have kids and you're going through a separation, find a way for you to create large space with your ex. So if you have your friend picking up the kids, dropping off the kids, or maybe, you can have the kids 50-50, giving you some time to just breathe and heal. Now, the 50-50 doesn't have to stay that way. I'm just saying for a little while, you guys might want to come to some type of arrangement so that you're both allowing each other space. Space is really good because you want to be able to investigate, reflect, and move through the healing of those deep emotions and feelings that you are holding in your body. Because if you're going through divorce, there's some tears, there's some screaming, there's some I don't know how I'm going to get through it thoughts. There is all kinds of things that we go through when we are separating from a spouse. It is really difficult. And so when you create this space for yourself, you're also creating space for you to hold more capacity for when you do have your babies, because if you don't allow yourself time to heal and you're just like, okay, I'm fine. I'm going to go to work. I don't need no time off. We're just going to do this. I'm going to put on a brave face. I'm going to hold my emotions inside. Eventually these things don't work for us. If you can even create some space in the bathroom, doing some self-care. Now, if you don't know how to do some self-care in the bathroom, I just did a whole episode last week on self-care in the bathroom. Sometimes the bathroom is the only place we can get space. I know when I was going through my divorce, I took so many baths, which leads me to tip number 2. Take care of yourself while you heal from a divorce. Now, I understand that there is a length in time in which you might just let yourself go a bit. You know, you stop working out, you eating more ice cream and donuts, having more coffees, you're not going on your usual walk anymore. You know, you just don't have the energy or the motivation and determination to get up and go, to continue with your habits that you had prior to the separation. Your routine at this point is going to be completely different. That's understandable. Allow yourself that time. If you need to veg out, girl, you veg out. You do what you need to do. You want to Netflix all day long. That's okay. That's okay. Healing also means having that time just to do whatever feels good for you in the moment. And sometimes, for me, like I said, that was taking baths and drinking wine. I did that so much. So take care of yourself. Go out on a nature walk. Listen to some good music. Move your body. Ooh, move it, move it, move it. Journal. You can find some journaling questions on Google that'll help you gain more insight and help you move through things. I always recommend that. Meet with your friends, girl. Go out and have a night out. I know you won't want to get out of your sweatpants. I get it. I get it. But you know what? When you put on that nice pair of jeans and that blouse and you put on a little bit of lipstick, I tell you what, the energy shifts. The energy shifts. It's not, you're not moping at home, doing your thing in your sweatpants. You're going out with the girls, That's okay. Go out with your girls. They're going to understand what you're going through. Gives you time to chat and vent. And venting really does help, y'all. It does. It helps with depression and loneliness. When we can find our people to connect with them and express, it really does help. Another thing you can do to take care of yourself, do some letting go rituals, some meditating, doing some things that you enjoy. Okay, try something. Try it. What feels good for you? And then do that. Number 3, something that is a long skill to obtain is practicing self-care. This is such a devastating time in your life. You're separating, you don't know what to do. What I do need you to do is find a way to love yourself. Even if it's a little bit. Even if you don't believe it. You're like, no, I don't love myself. I made some bad decisions in my marriage. I get that too. I was toxic, y'all. I really was. It was hard. I felt so much guilt, so much shame, all the things. And I did not love myself enough. So when you're taking care of yourself, doing all those little tips I suggested, show yourself a little love in those moments. Love is a key ingredient for healing, forgiveness, growing, and nurturing the connection with yourself. You're not going to do any of those things with no love in your heart. I know it might be a little hard to feel it, but I invite you to do this practice with me, okay? A little practice, you can do it, it takes you a minute to do, 60 seconds. I suggest doing a little longer, maybe a minute, 2 or 3, but it can be done in 60 seconds. So I want to invite you to place a hand on your heart and repeat, I will love myself through this process. I will love myself tenderly as I navigate this difficult time. And then a little step that might be a little more challenging is, I love you, insert name. And being able to increase the love within your heart as you move through this divorce, as you move through this separation, is something that you need to obtain. Let's do it one more time. Place a hand on your heart. I will love myself through this process. I will love myself tenderly as I navigate this difficult time. because I love you. Insert name. Okay, I love you, Melanie. It was really hard for me to tell myself that I loved myself for the longest time. And now that I've moved through so much healing, I am getting to the point where I will look in the mirror and tell myself that I love me. And I remember the child self and the teen self and the young adult self. And I love them too. And now we in the mirror having conversations with ourselves because I'm just getting that comfortable with it. And I want you to get to the same spot too. I want you to be able to do this practice and really truly believe it. Really truly believe that you love yourself. Tip number 4, heal from your divorce with a heart full of compassion. Brene Brown says, compassion is fueled by understanding and accepting that we're all made of strength and struggle. If we understand that, then we can be more accepting of ourselves and other people. Buddha says compassion is wanting to take away someone's suffering, wanting to heal it. When we witness a friend going through a separation or divorce, we hold so much compassion for them. We want to hug them. We want to make them feel better, tell them it's all going to be okay. When we're in the situation, where is that compassion for ourselves? We forget to have compassion for ourselves. In order to obtain compassion for ourselves, we need to be in deep reflection. We need to look inwards because we need to have a deep sympathy for ourselves. When we are self-compassionate, our actions, words, and our thoughts shall tenderly massage the pain that we are experiencing. We're just softening, noticing, softening, noticing. And through that softening, we express our feelings, our emotions. And that is tip number 5. It's okay to feel your emotions. When we are sitting in deep compassion and when we're reflecting, softening, discovering all the things, we have to allow our emotions to arise. Because part of being compassionate and being with love is witnessing the emotions. We're not pushing it down. We're not deflecting. We're not running away from it. We're not trying to distract ourselves with something else, which is really easy to do when you're a parent, you know. It is easy to distract ourselves when we have kids because our kids always need something. But you want to just allow yourself to feel your emotions, understand what is going on inside of you. And sometimes we can't put words to explain our emotions and our feelings. And that's okay too. Sometimes emotions are not meant to be expressed with words. You feel me? Sometimes our emotions are to be expressed through our body, through song, through art, through writing, through screaming. And sometimes it's not, we can't explain it. It's not that simple. Number 6 tip, acknowledge and allow the emotions to rise. So first, it's kind of as a combo. So it's okay to feel your emotions, and then you want to allow those emotions to arise. Whether it's sadness, depression, anger, being able to accept them, being able to feel them because they are a part of you. Now, we have some mamas out there who struggle to allow the emotions to arise. And I hear it. Sometimes we weren't always raised to be okay with expressing emotion. We weren't taught it was okay. So this might be a practice for you of just allowing yourself to have those emotions. I cried a shit ton when my husband and I separated. I cried and cried. I swear I did not stop crying for like 8 months straight. I tell you. Whew, I cried a lot, y'all. Tip number 7, process your emotions. It's important to process our emotions so that we don't unintentionally cause more damage, or we don't have negative thoughts towards our ex spouse. Being able to contemplate and observe why we are feeling the way we're feeling. You know, this is where journaling comes into play, and journaling can really help you express yourself on a deeper level, because like once you've cried and like screamed and all the things, like expressing those emotions in those modalities, being able to sit down and just like truly reflect and contemplate, okay, what else is still there? What is this other emotion that I'm feeling? How can I move through this in a healthy way? How can I move through this so that I'm not angry with my partner? How can I show forgiveness towards myself and for my partner? How can I move through these and process the emotions so that it doesn't affect my kids? There is so much importance in processing your emotions. We have some mamas, right, that don't want to process their emotions in front of their kids. And I used to be this type. I used to kind of hold everything inside, not show my face. You know, my feelings and emotions were private, but you know what came out? What came out instead was anger and then detachment. I became detached because I wasn't processing in a healthy way. Tip number 8, let them go. Oh, this is really hard, okay? You know, you may be processing your emotions and all the things, but you still might be holding on to hope that the relationship's going to last, or it's going to heal and come back together. And by golly, honey, if the relationship's healthy, you both love each other, you're just going through a hard time, of course, I want all the relationships to work for y'all, if that's of your best interest. Now, if you're in a relationship where this partner is toxic, he's yelling at you, he's hitting you, he's gaslighting, manipulating, you know, whatever toxic thing that you can come up with, which I'm sure there's a long list of things, and you're trying to stick around in this relationship, I'm telling you, honey, you got to let them go. They are not good for you. They will not change for you. Believe me, I've done this multiple times. Too many times have I hung on to a man thinking that I was going to fix him. I was going to be the one. They were going to change for me. Well, let me tell you, they did not change for me. No, they did not. So let them go. My husband and I, we were in an unhealthy relationship that the resentments grew, and the lack of conversation was the main reason why he and I just were not connecting, and shit grew from there, okay? I did not want to let go. I knew that Josh and I were not compatible. It was really hard to let him go. But I realized that it was necessary. And sometimes what we don't want is necessary. For a healthier you as being a mom, for your children to see a healthier dynamic, which leads me to tip number 9. Forgive yourself and your ex. Anybody ever tell you holding a grudge only affects you? It does not affect the other person. You can spend your life being angry at your partner. Guess what? He's living his life. They're living their life. They are not caring about whether or not you're angry. You becoming angry and bitter and resentful is only hurting your heart. It's not hurting theirs. So find a way to forgive yourself. Forgive your shame. Forgive the guilt. Forgive the choices that you made or didn't made, should have made. There's no going back. You know, sometimes once there's so much hurt and so much damage, it is real difficult it can be really difficult to heal those type of wounds. Forgive your partner. You know, there's a saying that I have, and it's, you don't have to burn the entire house down. You and your partner built a home, a relationship. You may have kids together. At one point, y'all were in love. Y'all were friends. Don't let all that burn to ash because one part of your relationship didn't work. Don't do it. Make the choice to heal and forgive so that you can salvage the part of the relationship that's meant to flourish. You know, just because there's weeds in one part of the garden doesn't mean the whole fucking garden is needing to be destroyed. There still can be beautiful things that can develop and grow from this separation. Now, if you're dealing with a narcissist or someone real toxic, there might be some different kind of choices that you make. Forgiveness might be a long way off, and I totally get that. I understand that. But just think about some things that you can do to maybe move in that direction. You know, I asked my Josh, okay, let's just call him by his name, because, side note, okay, for you ladies who are still married but separated, isn't it awkward? It's like, wait, what do I call him? Do I call him my husband? Or do I call him my future ex-husband? Like, how does that work? Because I always get caught up on, like, what the title of Josh is now. Because technically, he's still my husband. And, yeah, it just, like, whew, that's part of that dynamic shift. Like, there's going to be so many things that shift when you get a divorce. And part of that is, like, wow, you're not my husband no more. Okay, I'll get off that little piece. Forgiveness, forgiveness, forgiveness. What can you do? There is some rituals that you can do, like cord cutting, writing a letter to your ex and burning it, giving it to the universe, emotional alchemy work, meditation imagery. There's so many different practices that you can be guided through that will help you forgive and release some of these emotions. I know you can do it. I know you can do it. Start small, sister, if you need to. Start small. Do you be you? Okay, tip number 10. Do you and be about you. Spend time to understand who the fuck you are after your relationship. This is part of that letting go piece. I know that it is hard to be alone. Okay, I spent 11 years with Josh. And if I wasn't with Josh, I was always with someone else. Okay, 11 years. And although I transitioned with my current partner, I'm still alone. And I can't, I can't compare. We don't compare on this podcast, okay? But I have not yet experienced what it was truly like to live on my own. So my heart goes out to all you ladies who have been going through a divorce and actually had to get your own spot. Okay, that is the definition of being alone. Okay, I have not experienced truly being alone, but what I have experienced is loneliness. And I have been still alone. The routine between Josh and I was solid. We do our thing during the day. We cook dinner, put the kids to bed, and then we'd lay down. I put my head on his belly, and we would watch our shows every fucking night. Every night we were in bed together about the same time. Now, my current partner and I, it does not work like that. My ass be getting lonely in that bed by myself at night waiting for him to come to bed. Okay, that's just one example. I gotta go do shit with the kids by myself. Now you might think, well, yeah. But no, when Josh was always down to go, it was always us. And now it's me, me and the kids. So it's a transition, but this is a part of gaining that strength, empowerment, liberation, being able to do you, be about you and your babies. You get to fucking make life how you want it. Yeah, you are shedding routines. You are shedding habits. You are rediscovering yourself and you're rebuilding. This is the next series of your life, baby. And I know it might not feel great right now. It might not feel like that's something to look forward to. But let me tell you, after a year plus of being separated from my husband, it is fucking liberating. Okay. I'm happier. And although I don't know where my life's leading, that's okay. I love that little tip that's in there. Okay. Be okay with the unknown. Bonus tip, y'all. Be okay with the unknown. Because, you don't know where you're going. But life's a mystery. It's an adventure. Like, you could do what you want to do. I don't know. It's a crazy concept. I'm still trying to wrap my head around. It really is. But another way to be about you, go do the hobby that you've always wanted to do. Right after Josh and I separated, I took not a poetry class. I took a pottery class. I took pottery, y'all. It was so cool. Like, it helped me process my emotions. I was able to contemplate with the clay. I was able to meet people and be around people. It was truly a lifesaver for me at that time in my life. Take yourself on a date. Dress up, girl. Take yourself out. Oh, I went to the Van Gogh exhibit in Seattle. It was so beautiful. I still have the videos and pictures for that. I took myself out. I took myself out and I did not feel guilty over it. So, take a writing class, take a dance class, a cooking class. I don't know. Do something. Just decide and just follow through. I know it's really hard. You might not have no motivation or just lack of joy. But I tell you, just make a choice to do something small for yourself and then follow through. My next thing is I want to go on more hikes. I want to go on more hikes. I want to go on a road trip to go hot springing. Here's what else I suggest. As you begin to be more about you, you build that strength, you build that courage, you build the awareness and the attentiveness, and I tell you what, you're going to become a better mom. You are going to become a better mom because not only are you going to have this new drive to be about you, but you're also going to be more about your kids. So you're going to start noticing things that you probably missed when you're in this unhealthy relationship that you're now separating from. I have this deep, deep desire to spend more time with my kids. Like, do more things that they're interested in. I went on a bike ride with my son for the first time and fuck, I don't even want to admit to myself how long, but it's been a long time. Okay, a long time. And I don't know, I just need to be around them. I need to do shit that they want to do. I need to get them outdoors. Like, I want to be more attentive to them and their needs. And I'll admit it, I've not been that way throughout motherhood. I have not. I was unhealthy during their younger years. And I'm still working through that shame and guilt. But you know what? I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Oh, that reminds me of the song. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it right. That's what I'm going to say. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it right. Because I want to. Because they deserve that. Because I deserve that. Because you deserve the best in life. And so do your kids. So as hard as a divorce might be, as hard of a separation and moving forward and having this new life, this new reality, it's just, once you get through the fucking pain, you really do start seeing the light again. You really do start feeling that fire inside of you, that fucking wild girl, that like don't take no shit no mo kind of girl. Because you do heal and your values change, your morals change. The shit you used to put up with, tell you what, once you heal, you're not going to put up with any of that anymore. And when you contemplate giving your time to someone, it's going to be right. It's going to be healthy. And you're going to be ready because you would have done the work. I hope you mamas enjoyed these 10 tips and the bonus tip, embracing the unknown, embracing the mystery and the journey, and move through your healing with a compassionate, loving heart, that you're able to witness your emotions, allow them, and process them, that you're able to forgive yourself and your partner so you don't burn the whole house down, that you can salvage pieces of your relationship because you deserve it, your partner deserves it, the kids deserve it. If y'all do need support with this healing journey, healing from a toxic relationship, healing from divorce, and you want to become that next version of yourself, the one that's empowered, the one that's courageous and brave, you let me know at I am Melanie Caroline. Follow me for more Moms Unboxed. And thank you so much for unboxing Healing from a Divorce. I really hope that you are doing well. And remember, you are the mountain rising in radiance. Until the next time, sunshine. Thank you again for joining me for another episode of Moms Unboxed. If you have a topic or relationship question, connect with me at I am Melanie Caroline. And don't forget to follow Moms Unboxed. May you live a liberated, sensual, and unboxed life. I'll be chatting with you next Wednesday for another episode. Until the next time, sunshine.